Hi, everyone. This is Dr. Fab Mancini, and I'm so excited that you decided to be with me today in this Facebook Live and live streaming in all of my platforms. I got to tell you that I'm so excited because I picked a topic that I knew that you were going to be excited about. You know, the media is calling me during this time, especially to talk about our weight gain challenges that we're having. As you know, the epidemic of obesity keeps getting worse and worse ever since we've had the pandemic. The average American has gained somewhere between 20 and 25 pounds on average. I mean, that is crazy. And the problem with weight gain is the fact that it is the foundation for a lot of other conditions like heart disease and many others. So it's very important for you to understand that this topic is a critical topic, not necessarily because you want to look nice and lean and sexy. Hey, I get that. I know how important that is. But what I want to talk to you about more importantly is the fact that to me, the weight gain is more about your health, your total health. So I am bringing to you one of the top leaders in this space, especially what I call a functional medicine guru, Dr. Caroline Stites, which is somebody that is a naturopath doctor, but also somebody that has a master's degree in nutrition. And Caroline, it's so great to see you. I've been so excited and waiting to discuss this topic with you because I know that you have spent a big portion of your professional life helping people not only lose weight naturally and healthy, but more importantly, be as healthy as they can be.
Absolutely. I'm super excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Well, you know, this is a topic that everybody talks about and everybody gets excited around. And now during the holidays, as you know, everybody's concerned about looking their best. They're going to be meeting with their family. Many of times they haven't seen their family in maybe months, even years. They want to look good, but they also know that this is the time that we tend to overeat. This is the time that our stress levels are very high. These are the times that we're not sleeping very well. So tell me a little bit about your background as to what made you decide to become a naturopath in the first place and dedicate your life in the natural, holistic way of helping people with their health.
Well, we're all a product of our greatest influences and our greatest experiences in life. And I was fortunate enough to be born into a family of doctors, and I got to be intricately involved in watching and really learning from a very young age how traditional medicine works. And I finally realized it's an illness management system. It's not a wellness system. So I went into naturopathic medicine looking for answers. And I've always been a seeker because I felt like there was something missing. We're missing a key. There's something we need to be adding to get the body to heal, not just giving drugs with all kinds of side effects and not just doing surgery. That's just managing their illness. And a lot of times it leads to a lot of other problems. So I got into energy medicine, studied that, got my master's in nutrition. And, when it comes to weight loss, it's not just losing weight. I mean, you can set up a dietary protocol and have somebody lose weight. It's weight management. And it's like you said, it's so key to so many health conditions to have a proper weight so your body can function. And this technology that we developed is amazing at taking the body to its right weight, and then you just stay there naturally. Can't eat.
So let's talk a little bit about the way that traditionally you were trained to manage weight management, right? Because I think you made a very big distinction. It's not necessarily losing a certain amount of pounds because you got an event coming up or you got something to do. Or you have to look your best because of whatever. You talk about weight management. So traditionally, how is it that a naturopath or maybe somebody with a master's in nutrition, how is it that they've taught you how to be able to manage weight? And then I want you to maybe take me on a little ride as to when you studied the energy medicine component of it, what led you to really have the successes that you're having now, which you're legendary. I mean, you have so many people that you have helped, and now you have trained doctors like me to be able to have the same effect in our patients. So What did they train you in school to do when it comes to weight management?
So training in school is traditionally just diet. You try to encourage your patients to exercise, whether it's 20 minutes a day or get them at least a few days a week walking or whatever you can do. And you set up a dietary protocol. The problem is compliance. A lot of people don't want to remove certain things from their diet. And a lot of people don't like cardio. So that's one of the big pluses of this technology is just standing on the machine. You get an hour's worth of cardio in 10 minutes. It's amazing for that. With this machine, I have had successes in areas where I've had a lot of patients that are stuck. Even the ones that are compliant, they get stubborn fat that just won't leave the body. They can drop a little ways and then they hit a plateau and they don't go down any farther. So adding this technology in has been like the missing piece. And there are frequency formulas in the machine that actually break down fat. So there are frequencies for lipolysis and cavitation that they use in non-invasive lipo, and they are paired together with thyroid support frequencies to stimulate the thyroid, and that controls your metabolism. Also, I found it's super effective if you put it with the mood elevation frequencies and stress relief, because you got to face it, when people are down or when people are stressed out, that's when they eat a lot more. And stress is probably one of the biggest things we're up against with our weight epidemic. There's been so much stress throughout COVID, and stress releases this cascade of negative hormones, number one being cortisol. What does cortisol do? It causes abdominal inflammation. It causes abdominal fat deposition, and it makes it very, very difficult to get over that hump and get your body to its right weight unless you get rid of the stress. And there's stress management, really important. Those frequencies are on the machine, helps control the cortisol release and helps release all the stress from your body.
So let's talk a little bit about this technology. So it's called Vibragenix, right? And I put a link right here for everybody to want to learn more information. And I know we're going to give them a gift at the end of this, so they're going to be very shocked at what you're offering. But let's talk a little bit about this Vibragenix and the technology that's in it that is allowing everything you just said to actually occur. What is this technology that is in this machine? I mean, it's a very beautiful machine. You stand on it, it vibrates, it has sound. So what is the technology?
It is sound frequency medicine at its best. It's actually taking sound vibration, running that through your body and infusing it with frequency formulas that are specific for the symptoms and the issues that you are trying to address. Doesn't matter if it's pain, if it's numbness in your feet, if it's pain in arthritic joints, that kind of thing. You can just select the right frequencies for it. And the reason it works so well is because you are frequency. I am frequency. We're a massive frequency field that comes out even beyond our physical body. We're constantly bringing in energy, constantly emitting energy. We are vibration. We are frequency. And I honestly wish this is the direction that traditional medicine would have taken years ago, treating the body with what it is, frequencies. So instead of having pharmaceutical formulas, you have frequency vibration formulas, and you don't have any side effects. They're highly effective. The body reacts really, really well to sound, and it helps relieve all of those things that ail you on a day-to-day basis.
Well, it's interesting that you mentioned that because pharmaceuticals have based their solutions on chemistry.
Yes.
But you and I have both studied energy medicine, and we know that when you break down the human body, it breaks down the foundation is frequencies, it's energy. And if you can manage those frequencies, like you said, and put it into a device that actually you don't have to go anywhere, right? You don't have to go to a gym. I know that right now you have doctors all across the United States, medical spas, businesses that have added this technology for their employees. You made it very simple for people to have access to the technology. Or if it's like Karen and I, that we just went ahead and got one for our personal use at home, where now all of a sudden we're using it once or twice a day, and it's made all the difference in the world for us.
Tell me about that. I'd love to hear about that.
Well, it's interesting because I heard you speak at one of the seminars, and I was so taken by the science behind this technology, Vibragenix. And And to me, it resonated and it brought me back to my days of energy medicine and then quantum physics. And these are very scientific disciplines that have revolutionized the way we think about how the body heals. And I do believe that the future, not just the present, the future of medicine is all going to be through sound frequencies, and it's going to be through frequencies as a whole. They're already talking about potentially doing surgical procedures through frequencies without cutting the body at all. I mean, that's the future. If you want to go ahead and where we're going into what we're going to be experiencing one day soon. But in your case, what happened was I said to myself, okay, I'm used to going to the gym every morning, but sometimes I don't have the luxury. I know for me, the weight management is a matter of maintaining my weight, not because I feel like I have a weight issue, but it's my leanness, it's my flexibility, it's my core work. And when I looked at the different programs that you have in your machine, like I'm used to doing 300 to 400 sit-ups a day.
Wow.
I get in the machine and I do some of the core work in the machine, right? Just standing there. And I feel just as the most soreness as if I did all those push-ups, but I didn't have to do any of that effort. It was all through the frequencies and through the works of the machine. So for me personally, where it's done for me is my leanness, is my core work as I've gotten older, my flexibility, is my relaxation of the muscle, but also you have frequencies there primarily to up my energy, which is beautiful in my morning workouts, and also manage some of my emotional stresses that I'm going through on a daily basis. For Karen, it's crazy. She does it 2 to 3 times a day. She's addicted to this because, like you said, you can get on it for 10 minutes and have such an amazing feeling that you just want more of that. And you're like, oh my gosh, why is it that I didn't discover that before? So she would tell you if she was here that it has benefited not only her physical body, but her emotional state, where she now feels like on top of the world every time she finishes a treatment.
That's a key, actually. The emotional state is huge. If we can get people out of pain and get them their mood elevated and them happy, life goes so much better. Christmas, holidays go so much better.
Well, let's talk a little bit about some of these. I talked earlier about the opioid epidemic and the fact that so many people are dealing with pain. We also know that there's a tremendous amount of people dealing with depression. So tell us a little bit about, I know you've done a lot of research on that and you keep up with the statistics out there. And because I know your mission is to try to get people off the meds and into their own self-healing mechanisms.
So there are specific frequency formulas that have been developed for all kinds of pain. So there's a frequency formula for back pain due to injury, for knee pain, for bursitis, for arthritis. There's all kinds of frequency formulas that have been developed over the last 80 years. And we have been using some of these frequencies in traditional medicine, shattering kidney stones and gallstones and doing non-invasive lipo, which is in the weight loss frequencies, the frequencies for cavitation and lipolysis. So sound frequency medicine is coming forward finally. It's finally starting to be recognized, but there's so much more available to you in your home, at your doctor's office, in your corporation. There's so much more available to you through just this technology. It is really, truly life-changing. I'm really happy to see that Karen's using it so much. That's fantastic.
Well, and also we know that there's so many people out there that have gained a lot of weight because of their emotional problems, right? So I know you've done a couple of studies through all of the years that you have helped people. So tell me a little bit about what you've discovered when you use this technology that may be different than things that they have done in the past.
I did a really interesting study here. I wanted a short-term study because all the studies that had been done were 6 months, 9 months, or a year. And I wanted something short-term just to see what would happen. So I pulled people randomly from the community through a Facebook ad for a weight loss and wellness study. They had to come in and get on the machine 3 days a week for 4 weeks. That's it. That's all I asked. The other thing I asked for is them to drink plenty of water because this is very detoxifying for the system. And if people are losing weight, they're breaking down fat cells, and we actually store toxins inside of fat cells when our liver is overwhelmed and it can't process them all. So I asked them to drink more water. The average weight loss was 4 pounds, but a lot of people in the study lost between 10 and 20 pounds. One gentleman even lost 21.8 pounds and 21 inches, which is phenomenal for just doing 3 20-minute sessions a week for a month. I mean, it's life-changing. But we also did things like monitoring blood pressure, and people with high blood pressure, the blood pressure came down. We did a sliding subjective scale on sleep, on pain, on depression, and all of those things improved in everyone in just a month of 3 times a week. So it told me, as a nutritionist and a naturopath, it told me that we're missing the boat a little bit just focusing on nutrition, right? There is another way to go at this. Now, I do feel it's really important to correct deficiencies, to eat the right thing. And, if you're eating the wrong things, try to compensate with some of the good things. But this technology on its own had a phenomenal effect as a standalone.
Well, I went ahead and put a picture of the technology right here, so you can kind of maybe a little bit describe that this is one of the sexiest machines that I've ever seen. I mean, it is beautiful. No matter whether it's in your office, in your home,
yes,
in your business, it just looks so beautiful. So tell us a little bit. I know when I get there, I just stand on it, right?
Yes. You stand on it, you turn it on, you can turn on a full body cycle. And within that 10-minute period, it's going to go through different frequencies that target every muscle group, every organ in your body, strengthens your bones. It targets absolutely everything. And so it gives you a full body workout in just that 10 minutes. 20 minutes is even better if you can be there that long. There's also frequency formulas that are really easy to access. You can choose up to 5 of them. So like you could combine, weight loss with mood elevation, stress relief, and lower back pain, and one other thing like constipation, which, is far more widespread than you might imagine. It's one of the top 6 reasons people go to the doctor, which is kind of interesting. And that actually is tied into stress. But stress, once again, is one of the most important things to get under control because it's leading to and supporting this weight epidemic.
Why do you think that so many providers, not only like doctors like me, chiropractors, naturopaths, functional medicine doctors, medical doctors, why do you think so many providers have chosen to put these units in their clinics?
Because I think that they know there is something missing. There is an element where most providers, most medical people really want their patients to thrive and get better. And there are areas, no matter what our expertise is, there are areas that we can't address. And this technology, treating the whole being, the whole energetic field in the body, increasing all the circulation, helping your body detox, and actually increasing the energy in every cell in your body. And when that happens, your cell voltage is up, your body starts spontaneously healing. And ultimately, that's what every medical care provider really, truly wants, is their patients to heal.
Yeah, and it's interesting for me because I also have met business owners that have decided to put this technology in their business in order to not only maintain the emotional stress levels of their employees at a great level. As you know, studies have shown recently that the disengagement of people in the workplace is over 70%. That means that they are there physically, but they're not there mentally.
Right.
They're dealing with a tremendous amount of stress. But also, a lot of the employers are concerned about the obesity issue because, of course, obesity leads to inflammation, and inflammation leads to diabetes and chronic illnesses and many of the chronic diseases. So why have you found employers have found this technology so fascinating to add it as part of their wellness regimen for their employees to just go there for 10 minutes, get their little break, and instead of going out there for a smoke, no, you're going to go there and do a Vibragenix session because it's going to change your life.
Right. Most employers, it's very important for your employees to be productive. So they need their energy levels up. They need their stress level down so they can think clearly, do their job correctly. But another big reason is actually corporate wellness is a real issue for insurance purposes, when we insure a large group of employees, it's very expensive. And the more health problems they have, the more it drives the company's premiums up. So it doesn't drive the employee's premium up, but the business owner. So it's really important as a business owner to make sure that your employees are as healthy as possible, as happy as possible, and as productive as possible.
Makes a big difference. So for those of you that are watching, you see right here, you go to vibragenix.com/get started. That way you can go ahead and get more information. And you're also going to see a webinar that I did in my TV series with Dr. Caroline, where she kind of unpacks the value of this technology. So for those of you that want to go a little bit further in, I know that you're going to love it. But the gift that I mentioned is that I asked Dr. Caroline, would she consider that if any of you that are listening right now, that if you feel that this may be a technology that could help you, or if you have any questions directly for her, to please contact her by simply going to vibragenix.com/get started. She has put her calendar right there, and you can easily just, as a matter of a click, be able to set up an appointment with her at no charge at all. This is important to me because I want to bring you value. And I know right now, if you're a provider like me, you're going to say, oh man, I need to put this in my office. I know that's going to help a lot of my patients. This could be a great way to support the flow of my patients, get them feeling better before I do my treatment, etc. Or you may be an employer that says, hey, I may want to have my human resource person contact Dr. Caroline, ask her more about it, maybe put this as part of our wellness regimen for 2023. Everybody's going to get on this. Maybe we do a contest. I know some of the employers, Caroline, had doing contests where how many employees, every time you set a session for 10 minutes, you get to mark your name, and then they do a raffle at the end of the month to give a gift card or something like that for the employees that actually used it the most. So there's so many convenience. Or if you're like me and Karen that just want to get it for your own personal use, call her, because she will give you a tremendous opportunity for you to get it. And I know right now, and I know this is not public knowledge, but you are going to be given a tremendous Black Friday discount like never before that the company's been around. So tell me a little bit about what's the discount that you're offering for Black Friday over the next week and a half.
Okay, on our Elite machine, which is the one you have, it's $5,000 off. And on the Fusion, which has a 300-pound weight capacity, it's kind of like the little brother or sister, but same height, same beautiful machine, same design, same software, it will be $3,000 off. And I really hope you take time to set up a calendar, even if I can help you with your own personal health, because everybody that calls me, because I've been a practitioner for so long, I've dealt with so many problems. I can address your specific concerns and set up like frequency formula protocols that would target your needs the best. I can also give you any of the information that you need for setting up for corporate wellness, for work inside an office, and what type of office it is and what would work best there. So I hope you take advantage of that.
Well, I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for bringing this technology to the world. I mean, I was so impressed, and I've known you already for quite some time, and I'm a big fan of the work that you do, and now impacting my life, and knowing that every single day that I get in the Vibragenix is making me not only get younger, but also feel better and look better than I ever have. And that's one of the compliments that I get constantly. And this is definitely one of the things that I do consistently daily that is making me feel and look better than I've had. Even, I'm about to turn 57 in a couple of weeks, and I'm feeling 25, or even better than when I was 25.
That's
and
fantastic.
People say that I'm even looking younger than I looked in a long time. So this is one technology that I feel is a must for everybody out there to consider. And please go to the site right now, or click on the link that I put right here. Set up an appointment with Dr. Caroline. I know you won't be disappointed. I know that you will gain tremendous information. And more importantly, make sure that this is the right technology for you that can help you. And that's what I love about this technology, is that you can personalize it as much as you want to, because this is, it's like a beautiful computer in that screen. that does so many things. Like sometimes I go through the different panels and I'm like, what else can they put in this thing? It's like they cover pretty much anything and everything you can possibly be going through. And the good news is that it's very effective. It works tremendously. And that's why so many people out there are raving about it. So for the holidays, I can't think of a better present for you to give yourself or to give to your patients or to give to your employees. This is a machine that would actually make 2023 the best health year that you've ever had. So thank you, Caroline. It's a great pleasure to see you. I won't keep you. I know you're busy. And for those of you that are listening, click on the link and make sure that you start benefiting from Vibragenix.
Thank you, Dr. Fab.